Comrade, it's a great time having you. I'm Bismarck Hussein. I have a lot of motivation message on YouTube. Go to my channel. Your marriage, nothing can stop your motivation message. Watch them, subscribe to them. Also go to YouTube. I have another channel. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world. There are a lot of teachings on dating and courtship and marriage. Watch them and subscribe to them for me. I have a lot of ebooks for you guys. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Gamma. A lot of ebooks. Buy them for me. They're very cheap. $4, $5. These are some of them. But your competitiveness in the crowded planet, $4. It will be impossible to have this world without you, $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to the world, $5. There is something inside you, the world is in need of, $4. Leaders of Generation Thinkers, $5. Get these books for yourself. Buy them. In the next 15 minutes, I'm sharing with you motivation myself entitled No Political or Human Institution Can Dwarf Your Idea Generating Capability. No political or human institution can dwarf your idea generating capability. In other words, no institution can reduce your idea generating capabilities. So profoundly, there are myriad of political and human institutions. There are numerous of political and human institution activities that can be very monstrous, or that can be unpleasant towards your agility of enhancing your idea generating capability. There are a lot of institutions, numerous human institutions that can be very unpleasant, very monstrous when it comes to enhancing your idea generating capabilities. And these have sort of pernicious effect on your blistering positive life development. These have a sort of an unpleasant or negative effect on your blistering positive life development or your positive life development. Like a man like Lee Chung-hoon, a founder of Samsung, that one of the South Korea's largest chip, but that time is the one. Park Chung-hee, that time their political make a coup d'etat and took over power. And according to the economic directive, the government took over Samsung. He took over his company that was set up by Lee Chung-hoon, was taken over by the military government of South Korea. And that time, he left and went to stay in Japan. Later, he came back and took over his company and became the president of the Korean industry. But he knew that no political or human institution can imprison his idea or drop his unique capability. He came over and took over his company, Samsung. And that was what happened. Constitutionally and expressively, you have to be able to understand that no political or human institution can drive your idea generating capabilities when you make the best version of yourself without athletic move or pinnacle possible like development and without competence. Wrap your mind around this, that it is quite essential to understand that I see a billionaire in you. This will actually overridingly will be possible when you are prepared, you position yourself to jettison any abhorrent operations of any political or human institution in your relentless life pursuit that are sort of very repetitive towards your development. And these are things you have to equip yourself to deal with that, as it was done by a man called Koo Hin Chun, a founder of LG. There's this personal quote from a woman called Sally Chris Home, American politician, once said that you don't make progress by standing on the sideline, whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing your ideas. Indeed, Sally Criscone is correct in dealing with our whimpering or unhappiness. We're able to implement ideas, and this helps us to attenuate or reduce any political or human institution operations that are very, very repetitive, that are unpleasant, that are very debilitating, unpleasant to our development. I want to share you a story about a man called John Clavin. John Clavin was a French theologian, pastor, and a reformer during Geneva. Was one of those people who championed the idea of Protestant reformism during that time. He broke away from the Roman Catholic Church in 1530, in the 15th century, after there was tension erupted in widespread daily violence against the Protestant Christian and the French. And during that time, you ran to Basel during that period, there was a lot of tension that erupted, nationwide violence among the Christians during the Protestantism, the Protestant reforms. That was a proactive, research, irresistible search towards achieving something for himself. When the Frenchman went, there was one man called William Ferry who recruited him to come to Geneva and help the church in Geneva. When it was during that time, when he was at Geneva, the governing council of Geneva resisted his implementation of his ideas and expelled him from Geneva, that he should leave Geneva. The governing council of Geneva, a political institution, wanted to dwarf his idea generating capability in the church of Geneva that time. So he left Geneva, but he returned back because he didn't allow the political human institution to, he was not subservient to that political human institution restrictions, but he saw renaissance in idea generating capability and returned back to Geneva. That time he returned back to Geneva. Following this return, he introduced new reforms in the church governance, and during that time, he helped the church grow so mightily in Geneva, and is being regarded as a chief expositor of the beliefs of Presbyterian Church and the leader of the Protestant reformers. This Protestant church you see today, you have the Methodists, you have the Presbyterian, Pentecost, Apostolic, all these churches, charismatic churches, but they all was the architect and the work of this John Clevin, who is being credited with one of these people were reformers, because he understood what it means that you don't allow human and political institutions to dwarf his engineering capability. You will be able to do that. You'll be able to do. He was able to do that because he understood that if you don't know your value, somebody will tell me your value for you. And he didn't allow the political human institution in the governing council of Geneva to tell me his systemic value and work towards achieving that. I want to remind you, I'm Bismarck say, go to YouTube, my channel, nothing can stop you. Watch my videos, subscribe to them. I'm counting on you guys to get more viewers and subscribers. Also, go to YouTube, have another channel, Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind to Your World. They have a lot of teachings on dating and courtship and marriage. Watch them, subscribe to them. I know you help me get more subscribers and views. Have a lot of ebooks. Go to Amazon, Kindle, and Camera. I'm not getting the sales. I know you guys help me get the sales for these books. I'm counting on you guys. I know you help me. And thank you for your support you've been giving me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Everywhere. Thank you so much. Have these books, Building a Competitiveness in a Crowded Planet, $4. To be impossible to have this world without you, $4. Your Marriage Will Be a State of Mind to World, $5. There is something inside you. The world is in need of $4. Leaders of Generating at $5. Go to Amazon, Camera, get these books for yourself. A lot of books. I have a lot of books over there. These are just few of them. Plenty of these books. Preparing your children for life, relatives. Plenty of them. Buy them for me. I'm counting on you guys to help me. So let me wrap up on this. What are some of the ways this political and human institution can affect? In what ways can these political human institutions affect idea generating capabilities? And what are the remedies to deal with that? In what ways can these political human institutions affect your idea generating capabilities? And what are some of the remedies to deal with that? Number one, these institutions defines your value for you, putting limitation on unconventional thinking to create permeating ideas. How do they do that? How do they do that? The operations do not lead you to beijing or to expand your personal values, to influence your thought to create something better than these institutions. Sometimes the operations of these institutions put limitations on your personal value, like John Clevin, the governing council of Geneva, hindered his implementation of his ideas. They expel him, but have a very, very debilitating, revocative effect on his personal value, very unpleasant effect on the value. And what are we supposed to do? What you're supposed to do is to operate with the mindset that we will not allow these political and human institutions to place limitation on our value, but there's something inside us the world is in need of. This will challenge, if you have such a mindset, very robust, very propellant mindset, it will enhance the efficiency of your mind it will challenge the efficiency of your mind to enhance your personal value towards sharpening your idea generating capabilities and decision-making abilities over the period to effectuate your dream and big so. And no circumstance do allow these institutions to put limitation on your value, to put restriction on unconventional thinking, unconventional approaches, revolutionary approaches that will help you create a permeating ideas and personal world for yourself. Try to get rid of these things by understanding what it means. But indeed, you create with that propelling mindset that regardless of the limitations and restrictions, like something inside you the world is in need of, challenge the productivity efficiency of mind to enhance your value to achieve what they ought to achieve. Number two, in what ways that these institutions try to hinder idea generating capability and what are remedies? Number two, these institutions relentless, they do not enhance their risk-taking ability, risk-taking or minimizing ability. When you operate consistently under these institutions, it will not equip you with strategies that will help you to minimize your risks that are in concomitant or that are related with your idea generating capabilities. And therefore, it will make implementation of your ideas very difficult, especially in developing a lower middle income country. The institutions are very, very abhorrent, very, very inimical to your growth. And this, what the effect? The effect is that it does not provide you with strategies, staggering confidence to implement your ideas. Always remember that life is better when you're confident. And therefore, what is the solution to deal with such a very debilitating, very virulent act, very unpleasant act? Personally, extrapolate risk-taking and minimizing abilities from venerated personalities and institutions, group society, countries, and the global world, and from global world to implement your ideas with minimum risk. Always remember that the biggest risk is not taking any risk, and that you always remember that the biggest risk is not taking any risk. And therefore, one of the things you have to think about, don't consistently rely on the risk-taking and minimizing ability of these institutions. Meanwhile, you yourself exploit a lot of risk minimizing and risk-taking abilities from a lot of venerated personalities and institutions, group, countries, group institutions in the global world, from the 106 country in the global world, to equip yourself with that risk-taking abilities to implement your ideas with confidence. Because in order to permeate through the crowded plan of fierce competition, one of the things you cannot be oblivious about, or one of the things you cannot lose sight, or you cannot abnegate, or you cannot repudiate, is to understand the need. That there's a need to enhance your risk-taking abilities to operationalize your dream. Number 3, such political and human institutions. In what ways that this political and human institutions try to hinder idea generating capability, and what is the remedy? Number 3, such political and human institutions do not work towards achieving international convergence in terms of permeating performance. The effect is that it does not equip you with strategies to convert your ideas and implement your ideas to have that international or global convergence when you operate under them. Sometimes some institutions might want to hinder. Like, for instance, a man called Apostle James McKeown was an Irish missionary that came to Ghana in the 50s. That time, he's the founder of the Church of Pentecost that is operating in 126 countries. That time, when he came to Ghana as a missionary, he was working with the Apostolic Church of Bradford. That time, he came as a missionary for that church. That time, the church didn't help him. That time, there was a lot of division, a lot of controversy about things. And so he left the church to create the Church of Pentecost. And he left it because some of the ideologies and philosophy and liturgies didn't help him. A lot of disagreement. He left because he believed that the institutions and operations cannot convert him to international convergence with permeating performance. He left from the Church of Pentecost. Now the church is now in 120 countries in the global world. And therefore, in such institutions, sometimes you need to quit, or you have to move away from such institutions. Or sometimes you can also, if you don't quit, you can also extrapolate higher performance strategies from global personalities and institutions and countries that will enhance your performance towards operationalize your dream in connection with the implementation of dreams and ideas consistently to achieve what they ought to achieve, without being subservient to their inability to converge to the global level when it comes to having that permeating performance. Point number 4, in what ways can this institution actually dwarf idea generating capabilities, and what are the remedies? Number 3, these institutions do not challenge themselves to crack difficult problems, Herculean tasks, and darting hiccups. They operating under them will dwarf your ability to crack difficult problems with your idea generating capabilities. A person like Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana's first president, one of the founders of AU, in 2000, the BBC nominated him as the African Man of the Millennium. Left that time in came to Ghana. He was part of the UGCCC. That time, the political party that was leading to help gain independence for Ghana. That time, that political party had an ideology that we have to get independent, you have to go at a slow pace. But Kwame Nkrumah said, no way, I have a different ideology. I believe that the independence of Ghana should be facilitated very fast. He formed the CPP party to facilitate the independence of Ghana, worked towards forming the AU, and also liberating other countries that were being under puppet regimes of colonialism and imperialism during that time. He challenged himself, and he quickly formed Gain Independence for Ghana, liberated the minds of people in the world to help also do likewise, to help achieve what they ought to achieve. Most of the time, the solution, do not look up to these institutions. Instead, don't look at these institutions, this human and political institution, your country, your community, your group, that are not prepared to crack difficult problems. Instead, make the world struggle your struggle. Let the country struggle be your struggle. Let your community struggle be your struggle. Crack these difficult problems. Be a silver bullet to this problem to take yourself to the pinnacle. And these are things you should be able to create yourself. Number 5, these institutions do not efficiently stimulate the wave of entrepreneurship. The effect is that it does not make you think like an entrepreneur with your idea generating capabilities to colonize the world with your entrepreneurial resourcefulness. Example, during the US, after the slave trade was abolished, the Black Americans were separated and took to Oklahoma, a place called Greenwood, Tulsa. When they went there, the land was bare, but these people, Black Americans, and they challenged themselves to think like entrepreneurs, build a place, they call it the Black Wall Street. They ignite the entrepreneurial ability, and they stimulate away from entrepreneurship, developing a place with a lot of stores, groceries, companies, firms, and they developed the place. It was a place they built themselves. These Black Americans built themselves during after these segregation laws passed. They knew what it means to think like entrepreneurs to achieve that. Connect your mind. So therefore, there's a need to connect your mind to environment institutions that relentlessly help you stimulate away from entrepreneurship, expose your mind to dominant entrepreneurial ideas that are able to shape and dictate the direction of competition in the global world from 18th century today to achieve what they want to achieve. Thank you so much for your time. Go to my YouTube channel. have motivation message. Nothing can stop you. Watch them, subscribe to them. Let's have another channel. Your marriage will be a state of mind to world. A lot of teachings on dating and courtship. Watch them and subscribe to them. I have a lot of ebooks. I'm counting on you guys to help me drive the sale. I'm not getting the sale. Building your competitiveness, the credit panel, $4. To be impossible to have this world with high $4. Your marriage will be a state of mind to world, $5. There's something inside you, the world is in need of $4. Leaders of generosity get $5. Go to Amazon camera, get the business for yourself. Always remember, no political human institution can dwarf your idea generating capabilities. Always think like entrepreneur to ignite your resourcefulness, entrepreneur ability. Bye bye. See you another time.